Technology has improved our lives in ways we can hardly count, but it's also made things very easy for scammers. So today we're getting some advice from Scott Dobson from Consumers Credit Union. It's always a pleasure to have you in studio because you always bring such great information to our viewers.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, so okay, when we talk about scammers, the newest scams are really hard to spot, and a lot of people are getting what we call duped. So you're here to tell us what we can look out for and how we can protect ourselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so okay, let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
What are some of the big scams that you're seeing right now?
Some of the biggest scams that we see are like Craigslist scams or romance scams or secret shopper scamming. That's a pretty popular one right now. All scams where you get a little bit of money and then they ask you to do something and send a little bit of money back.
Okay, we have seen this on national news. People, especially the romance scams, people are meeting someone online, falling in love, and being asked to send money. This is more common than you would imagine.
Yep, and a really tough one for us. It's hard for the credit union to say, ooh, boy, you probably shouldn't send your boyfriend $500 if that's how you're describing it to us. So that's a very difficult one, but we do run into that a lot. So they've met someone online, they've come into some emergency, and if you could just send me some money to help me out, it'll make everything better. And there's a lot of good people out there, and they want to help, so a lot of that money just kind of disappears, so it's easy to see. Secret shoppers, though, that's been a real common one lately, where folks will come in and they'll get a letter in the mail. It says, hey, we want you to be a secret shopper. Just go to this company, buy 10 things. Maybe it's a $2,000 check, and they want you to buy $900 worth of stuff. And they say, for your efforts, just keep the rest, keep the items. Send the money back to us that you didn't use. And really that check ends up bouncing. You've sent them $900 and you're out all of your money. So those are the types of scams. If you could stop in and talk to us at Consumers, we would say, oh, we've seen that a lot of times. You're just going to lose your money.
Yeah, and you have seen this more often than not. And I think a lot of people sitting at home are probably thinking, okay, this would not happen to me. I know the signs, but not everyone does. So FTC just put out something recently where they have some of the most recent scams as well.
Yep, you can look at the FTC West website. They have a lot of great consumer information there. Talks about some of the most recent scams. IRS scams, that happens a lot where you get a call from the IRS and you owe money, it's an emergency. They'll have you go Western Union or wire money or send gift cards. The IRS never calls.
The IRS never calls.
They never call.
Yeah.
Lotteries, I won the lottery, I have a bunch of money.
In a different country.
Yeah, all these things. A lot of things can happen where you're like, boy, I think, this seems a little bit off. Come talk to us at Consumers. Just call us or walk in the door with what you have. We'll gladly tell you if it's real or if it's probably not real.
Yeah, okay, so there are things that we can do to protect ourselves and questions that we can ask ourselves to make sure that our finances are being protected.
Yep, first thing that you want to do, does it make sense? If a company sent you a letter with way too much money to go shopping and you just send back to extra and you get to keep the money and you fill out a questionnaire, does that really make sense? Or is it out of the ordinary? Are you getting something that's just not normal? That should make you think a little bit hard. And really, if you have to send a little bit of the money back, that's a huge one. If they're saying, here's some money, send us some money back, no stranger that you know is really going to trust you and do that. So you have to keep your eyes out for that.
Yeah, and a lot of people walk in, like you said, and they say, okay, I received this in the mail. Is this legitimate? And whether you're a member or not, you can help. And you have a great success story of something that happened recently.
Absolutely. We have lots of success stories because it happens a lot, and our members do come in and tell us. But we had a particular member who was lucky enough to win the lottery in a different country, got a letter that said she had won the lottery in a different country, and all she needed to do was take the big check that was included, cash it, and send back the taxes. Fortunately, she came in and talked to us and said, did I really win the lottery to a country that I've never been to and never bought a lottery ticket from? We said, no, you did not win the lottery. All they want you to do is send your real money back to them, and they've sent you a fake check. So we got to save her a lot of money, and of course made us feel
peace
good.
of mind, and you're helping a lot of people save as well. And it is easy to become a member, and you're offering really great rates, especially on CDs.
Sure, like I said, you walk into our office. If you are listening to this or watching us, you can join the credit union. We have great deposit products, especially we have a really cool S'more Savings CD, 32 2 months, 2.5% APY, and the best part, 1 penalty-free withdrawal. So if you have to get your money, you can take it out of there. So easy to join, super great rates as well.
Yeah, and you can see on the screen right there. If you want to learn more about recent scams and how to recognize the warning signs, you can find all of that information at your website. And you also have a fantastic blog on your website.
Got all the recent stuff on the blog, so check those out.
Yeah, great information, Scott. We really appreciate
Cool.
it.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks so much. And don't go away. We've got more 8 West coming up after the short break.